I decided to do a slideshow for the fundamental movement skill, and so my kind is a manipulative fundamental movement skill, and so more specifically, it's a overhand throwing movement skill, and I said ages 7 to 10, but you can of course develop 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 it or like underdevelop it based on the age. So toddlers will naturally start to throw underhand before their second birthday, and some will even start to throw overhand. So this is just a cool fact that I wanted to mention. So you can actually start have your child or have the student do this exercise at 2 years old. And so the exercise that I thought of that can really enhance and develop this skill, the overhand throwing skill, is so you get a hula hoop and you mount it on a wall. You can, as in the picture, you can just put it on the ground, I guess, if you um don't have tape or something. But I'd rather have the hula hoop mounted on a wall or something, and probably outside because you probably don't want the walls inside the house getting messed up. But anyways, you can get the tape and just duct tape, just tape it on the wall, mount it up a bit, um, and then have the child. It depends on their development physically and their age and their height, of course, but the distance wise, if you want to make it easier, you get the child, have them stand close to the hula hoop, 1, 2, 3 meters. Make it a bit harder, 6, 7 meters back. And basically, the procedure is to get the student to throw the beanbag overhand towards the target, which is the hula hoop in this case. Um, yeah, that's basically it. And then when they're done, they pick it up and go back to their spot. So this is just the standard. This is no modifications. Of course, the modifications of the distance, but yeah, uh, more modifications to make it even more easier. Other than getting the child to move closer to the target. So maybe like this is let's say like 2 years old type of modification. You just have them hold a squishy ball and have them throw it as hard as they can into an open space instead of a target, right? Um, yes, and then harder, of course, to increase the distance and the target. Um, to make it harder. And also for the procedure, one thing I would ask the student in this like regular uh, exercise is to each time be conscious of what their body is doing, of how much power they're putting in, and the throw and where they're aiming. Of course, there's a criteria. So basically, I would also tell them the criteria. Their weight should transfer from the back to the leading foot. Opposite foot steps forward. Stand the non-throwing shoulder to the target. So you can stand sideways if you want to as well. Throwing arm moves forward. Throwing arm extends in backswing. Hand follows through to target. Hand releases ball, This is, I would tell them like these pointers, I guess. I would also tell them some errors, right? Some will begin with hips and shoulders already facing the target. This is like the beginning stage. I have a video that's gonna be more visually depict all of this. I'll just go. Yeah, so this is the video of the things I was mentioning earlier. This is more like a visual. So you can see this is a beginner, development, Yep. You step sideways. Yep. And then we can look at the accomplished. Yep. Smooth. Yeah, so basically the initial stage, 2 to 3 years old, children throw an object using their arms only. As you can see, the little girl, she just used her hands. They still throw, like, she just used her hands and did not use any of her body. She did not rotate. She did not do anything. She just used like her hands. Yeah. And so basically no leg power is involved. Everything is just with her arm and she's kind of bending her torso, right? Then that's 3 years old. 4 to 6 years old, children move their bodies more to propel the throw by turning toward the side of throwing arm. That's what the developing and acquired did. They move their foot forward and at the end of the throw put their weight on the leg that is on the same side as the throwing arm, and they begin to throw towards the target. I think I should say accurately towards the target. Yeah. And then the final stage, 7 to 9 years old. There's large, well-coordinated body movements that provide more power and accuracy to the throw. In the last stage, they advance to the foot opposite the throwing arm. Opposite the throwing arm at the end of the throw to strongly propel the object. And then, yeah. And then, so basically, the emerging and the developed, they need to work on hip rotation and follow through at this stage. And what they can do actually is like start practicing without a ball, and then start with practicing without a ball so they can practice the hip rotation and follow through. And of course, the accomplished or acquired, they can try throwing on the run, and then you can also again do make the target smaller for accuracy purposes. In any case, this activity develops coordination of arms and torso, fine motor control, and the ability to read distances. These skills transfer to sports and activities that involve throwing an object accurately over a perceived distance, like soccer, frisbees, basketball. It really just translates to many other sports. I think we can go on to how to develop my modifications. So I did a modification. So this activity is similar, but it's modified for the cognitively delayed, and so the materials are similar. We have the duct tape, but then I'm gonna introduce like three for this specific activity. We're gonna get 3 hula hoops, one red, blue, and yellow, and 3 bean bags, red, blue, and yellow, and then we have duct tape. And so it's very similar to the other activity. Yeah. So for the cognitively delayed, so very similar to the previous activity. The 3 hula hoops, the 3 bean bags, same colors. So this game aims to improve the fundamental movement skill of the child with the intellectual disability, and in this case, is to help them recognize and differentiate and match the different colors. So Red beanbag, they're supposed to throw it in the red at the red hula hoop, blue with the blue, and then yellow with the yellow, right? And to take it up a notch, like we can also incorporate numbers into this. So, I, not to complicate things, but I'll try to explain my vision. So basically, we'll add three more hula hoops, and we're gonna number all of them. One, two, three, four, five, six. Now we have six hula hoops, and we're also going to number the. We will also number the three bean bags. So now we have six hula hoops, three bean bags. So note that these three bean bags need to each match a number on a hula hoop. So now we have red, blue, and yellow, red, blue, and yellow, six hula hoops. Three of those have numbers, one, two, three. Now we also have red, blue, and yellow bean bags. They also they have of course their color, the original color, but now we're gonna add a number on them, right? And so the objective is for the intellectual disabled child to match the number and the color of the beanbag to the exact same number on the colored hula hoop. So the number on the beanbag and the color, they match it to the number on the hula hoop and the color of the hula hoop. So you can substitute this with letters, words, pictures, anything you want. This is a great cognitive exercise. It helps with the memory, and it can with the child. It can help with them if they're dyslexic, like sequencing of numbers, alphabets, words. It helps get their minds going, get more familiar with the and get more familiar with memory. Like memory can help with memory. Um, yeah. So again, you can line them up, but you can also. I'd rather just. I think for this exercise, yeah, you can. Yeah, I'd still prefer it to what's it called? Be mounted. Yeah, yeah. So actually, this assignment got me like researching into how dyslexic kids are taught, and so this is actually a worksheet that I found, and I thought we can incorporate this with the hula hoops, right? So a beanbag can have, let's say, for the first letter, sh, right? SHE, and so we can have one hula hoop will only have one hula hoop for this exercise. The hula hoop is gonna have the letters sh on top of it, like paper, tape it to the hula hoop. SH. And then there's gonna be like maybe 4 or 5 beanbags with different letters. E, I, K, Z. Letters like that. And then the child will have to get the beanbag with, in this case, if they wanna write the word or get the word she, like make a word basically. So in this case, I'm picking the word she. I would get the letter beanbag that has the letter E and just throw it at the hula hoop to make the word. And so something also researching, um, something I came along that I thought was good to know in general. A child who is struggling with cognitive delays often feels unworthy and exhibits low self-esteem. This spills over from school into social interactions with family and friends. These feelings often manifest themselves in bad behavior. I just thought this would be important to know. I think everyone should know this if they're gonna deal with children in general. Maybe why is this child acting the way that they are? I thought this was important. So mm, I think this is a good exercise for cognitively delayed children. Um, I also forgot to say like errors sometimes the kids will do is that they're not transferring their body weight while throwing. Um, like the arm is gonna be the only body part that's moving. We saw in the first child that did it. And just important tips again, I would tell them hips and spine need to rotate, the weight needs to transfer, have your shoulders in place, right? And that kind of stuff. Thank you for listening to my slideshow.